What it actually focuses on big picture development. By big picture, I mean on the country level, on the global level, and the key economic forecasts about the top 20 countries that Fitch follows. And by key economic data, I mean how each country's economy is doing, the GDP growth numbers, whether prices are rising or falling, or rising not as fast in inflation, what the job market is like, whether unemployment is growing or reducing, but more crucially, what governments and central banks are using monetary policy tools and fiscal policy tools to positively try to influence all of the above, and whether, in Fitch's view, that they are succeeding or failing. Now, this research report actually carries a lot of authority. Why? Because it's published by the Fitch Sovereign Group, Fitch Sovereign analysts working with the economics team. Now, this is literally their day jobs. Fitch Sovereign analysts, on a day-to-day basis, study countries. They get to talk to senior government officials, such as the finance ministers, and also central bank governors, access that most investors don't actually have. But in theory, they almost have a direct line to these people. Now, internally, all ratings groups analysts will use the global economic outlook. They will use it in as part of their analysis. They put some of the data into their ratings recommendation pieces. They put it in their press releases when the ratings are assigned, and research reports, etc., etc. Investors, which are the most important constituent users of Fitch ratings output, they all use it, right? From analysts all the way to investment decision makers, banks as well. Now, how do they use it? They use our output as their input. If they're running models themselves, they would compare what we put out as our forecasts compared to what other important third-party agencies around the world, such as the IMF, the World Bank, and also they would use their own analysis, their own forecast compared with their central banks, and also Fitch's. Now, if Fitch's forecasts are quite different to any of the above, they might use us in sort of scenario analyses. So that's a very quick overview of what the GEO is.